Today we're going to have a lesson. It's going to have 3 steps to it, 3 clear steps to it. The first step, we're going to do a number talk, very much like the number talks we've been looking at the last couple of days, building on our knowledge of the buttons task. But first I want to start off with just like an in and out table. Remember we did the number cruncher last week at the end of the week with Miss Trainer, and today we're going to start off. I've got a rule. It's a tricky rule I'm going to work on. So we're going to do a number talk. Move from that number talk, we're going to do some analyzing of work. Remember you guys took the buttons task. I went through and looked at how you guys were thinking about the task, and I've chosen a couple of things for us to talk about today. So we're going to talk about those things and then look at different ways to represent how we see those patterns growing. So we're going to start with a number talk. Guess my rule. I got to give you some parameters though. I appreciate the hands. Well, there's a reason now. If I give you free rein, you might have a point that's not going to show up on our graph over here. And what I'm going to have you guys do as you guess point is come up and place the coordinate point on our graph. So if you guess an input or an output, I'm going to ask you or challenge you to come up and graph it. So the parameters. Your number, whatever your number is, the x that you guess, is going to have to be greater than or equal to 0. But I also want it to be less than or equal to 10. Christina?
10.
10. All right. Would you like to come and plot that?
¿Qué pasa?
You can pass. You want to pass? Can someone come and plot this point on our graph right here? This on the graph where you think it goes. Maybe somebody else can think of another point for us, another x value. You know what, before we go on to that, David, could you just explain to us how you placed your dot there?
So I went 10 to 10 on the x, and then I went up 27 right here.
Very good, thank you. Another x value. Guess my rule. Kelsey.
6.
Can I see thumbs up? Who thinks they know what the rule is at this point? All right, let's guess another number then. Let's guess another number. This time I want you to continue guessing an x. I don't think we're ready to guess a y value yet. Give me an x. Megan. Okay. 20. Now I'm not gonna let 20 happen because I gave you parameters earlier. So Megan, can you give me a different number that's in between 0 and 10? 8. Good guess. Y value. Who thinks they have a y value that will work with my rule? Zach.
13. Wait. 13, yeah. Wait. 12. Yeah. Yeah, 12.
12? Okay. 12. Let me see.
5 times 3 is 15. Minus 3.
Someone come and plot this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah? Very good. Griffin, do you have a question or a comment?
I was going to say an output.
An output number? All right.
Griffin's on the
So am I to understand that you think you know what the rule is
on the
then?
spotlight.
All right. How many, can I see a show of thumbs? How many people feel they know? Just tight to your chest so I can see what's going on. Thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't know it. Thumbs in the middle if you're almost there, not sure. All right, let's do one more point then. Griffin's going to give us a y value. And remember, that x value is going to be in between 0 and 10. Pardon me, greater than or equal to 0. Less than the 10.
0.
0. Oh, so x is 0.
No, 1.
Y is
Wow, I'm surprised that actually no one guessed that.
somebody whispering in the room. Is 0 a possibility for this? Can you guys turn to your partner?
I think it's I think it's x times 3 minus 3. So x 3 minus 3. Yeah, because then yeah, it would work.
Yeah, it works.
No, because times 3 minus 3, but it won't equal. Minus 3 would be negative.
I don't think it would be possible
Because times still 0.
yeah, because anything times 0.
But then minus 3 would go into negatives and we're only left with 0.
Yeah.
No, 0.
No, because it would be.
Although I wonder why he said 0. I wonder why he said 0 could be a
So it wouldn't be
possibility. I think I understand where Griffin was coming from.
Yeah, like where I
He just
thought
wanted to be the lowest, you know, that's kind of fun.
Wait, are you agreeing?
I would guess 0 as the end grade. I would be that it's minus 3.
Yeah.
So tell me, what were you hearing at your table? Kristen, what did you hear at your table?
Well, we thought that it could work because your parameter was greater than or equal to 0.
All right. Christina, what did you hear at your table?
Well, we thought it wouldn't work because, well, we think it would be -3 instead of 0. Like, we didn't think that 0 would work.
What would be -3? Can you be more
Well,
specific?
The y, the
X value, because it's just
it would be the y, the output because, like, 0 wouldn't be possible. If it,
0. So let me get some clarification though. So Griffin's guess was y. His guess was a y value. He guessed 0. So maybe I should write that on the board here. So, and my question to you was, is this possible? So I asked a very vague question there. What do you think, Robbie? Sorry, Nico.
Well, it's kind of because I kind of noticed this is because the y in everyone is bigger than the x, and your parameters say that x has to be greater than or equal to 0. So if the x is smaller than the y, it can't be smaller than 0, so that wouldn't work.
Can someone put in their own words what they hear Robbie saying? Kylie.
In all the numbers we've done so far, the y has been bigger than the x. So if the y is 0, then x would have to be lower than 0. But the parameters of the x has to be equal to or greater than 0. So
that's the X value.
I see that I have some comments around the room. Eric, would you like to make a comment?
I think the x would be.
Sure.
I think it'd be 1 because the other one looked at x times 3 minus 3 equaled y and 1. So 1 times 3 is 3 minus 3 is 0. So I thought it would work.
I heard some ahs. Did I hear that somewhere? I see some agreement around the room as well. Teo, what are you agreeing with?
I'm agreeing because we talked about the same thing at our table. Because I was thinking negative at first, but then I saw it was a y value, not the x value. So then I thought, I don't know. And then Griffin told me what he was thinking about what he said. So
Very good.
I understood.
Can I see agreement in the room or disagreement? This point here is 1, 0. All right. Ryan, looks like you have a question.
Well, I have a question. Tail. If it was a y value, wouldn't you do the opposite of the x? So wouldn't you divide, maybe?
I don't know. Maybe the answer is Griffin.
Griffin, do you want to respond to that?
Yeah, well, I did it backwards and I said +3 instead of -3 and then divided by 3. So 0 plus 3 is 3, divided by 3 is 1.
So we're doing a lot of talking about this rule. What is the rule? Can we write a rule here? That might help us to understand what Griffin was just saying by working backwards. Maddie?
3.
Oh, right, because
No.
they don't do minus.
X 3 minus.
X 3 minus 3.
Also has to be
Can you just kind of walk us through what are these things here?
It's x3 but x times 3.
Okay. So x3 means x times 3, and then take away 3. So I see some silent disagreement around the room. Is there anyone that cares to make a comment about that? Sam, Adams.
Maybe you could change that. I agree with x3 minus 3 equals y, but maybe you can add something to it. x3 minus 3 equals y.
Oh, okay. So you would just like to add equals y.
If something, I could be unclear.
My apologies for running out of space on my card here, but I've written equals y there. I think that's a nice suggestion. I see some more silent disagreement in the room. Yes, Jonah.
I think it would just make more sense if it was times 3 and minus 3. Not x3 minus 3, it just doesn't make.
So what do you propose though?
Instead of like saying x, that can sound like it's like a number in front of 3. It should just be times 3 minus 3.
On our chart, so you're saying times 3 minus 3.
Yeah.
That's how you want to define that rule?
Or put the dot there
Okay.
or something.
It just doesn't.
Morgan. And so x dot 3 minus 3. All right.
I think the numbers mixed around. I think it's 3x minus 3.
Okay. I'd write it 3x minus 3. Why is this more right than this? Or is it more right than that? Do Maddie and Teo disagree? Turn to your partner and have that conversation.
I think look, it could be x groups of 3 or 3 groups of x. It's like yesterday, 4 groups of 2 or 2 groups of 4. It's the same thing, but if you have,
really matters how you
it
look at
matters if it matters in places like if you have to get like groups, like if you have to get like if you get 4 groups of 2, it's different than getting 2 groups of 4.
Oh, I get it.
Great, I heard some great conversations happening around the room. Would anyone care to repeat out what they heard at their tables? Caitlin.
We thought that like the X should go after the 3 because that was in CPM.
Oh, so the book told me to do it,
Yeah.
so it must be right.
The book made